What up, everybody? My mother named me Larry Jordan. What's going on, everybody? You know, if there's something to talk about, we're going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And we got to get this one while it's still hot. We got a couple of things we're going to talk about, man. If you don't know, I have to welcome you to the Just My Raaaaasole Opinion Show. Yo, before we get into anything, right? First and foremost, let me say this. It's not an apology, but I just want to say just to all of those people who are genuinely concerned for me, I won't give any more negative attention to that dude who I just a couple of videos ago. All right, so all right, my word to you, I'm not giving no more energy to that dude. He could call my name all he wants. He could say whatever he wants. He's probably going to make a video like he did last time or whatever. But I will not give no more energy to that fucker, all right? So that's my promise to you guys, all right? Let's move on. We're going to talk a couple things today, man. Jussie Smollett, Ciara. But before we do that, to my peoples in Boston, right? Or my peoples in Massachusetts in a whole. If you don't know, we got a serious crisis. I'm going to call it a crisis, maybe even going into an epidemic. Because, you know, little things they like to exacerbate into big things, bigger than what they are sometimes. But you see, this is something, what I'm about to bring up, this is something that really should be taken fucking seriously, right? But earlier today, a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old both were pricked by a hypodermic needle playing in the park. So y'all know Boston, man. Boston's got a lot of fiends. There's fiends everywhere, man. But a lot of them fiends like to shoot up in these fucking playgrounds and shit, and not properly discard of their fucking needles. That shit gets me so fucking mad. Like, there's been times, I'm gonna be dead ass honest with you. There's been times where I've been walking my dog and I've seen needles on the floor and I want to beat up the first fucking crackhead that I see or the first dude I know who's been in the area doing it. I really felt like that, like slapping them up just to send a message like, yo, don't fucking come in here in this park and be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? But never did it. Never of the sort. But it does anger me. It angers me a fucking lot. So this morning, I'll say about 2-3 hours ago when I got that little news report on my phone that 5-year-old girl found the needle, picked it up, it pricked her. Her friend, who's 7, noticed it, picked it up, pricked her too. Who knows what the fuck that needle's infested with? They're running testing things on these little girls and not. I have a 6-year-old boy who like going to the park after school. That's our thing. Like when I get my son, he always say, "Daddy, can you take me to the park?" And it's like, I don't even want to take him to these little nasty ass fucked up parks anymore because half these parks, they have been, a lot of the parks have been remodeled since Menino's gone. They're nice and they're covered with the mulch and everything, and you could barely see any of these needles, especially now with some of these leaves and all the stuff. And if yo, breathe, Larry, breathe. But it pissed me off. So all my people's in the Massachusetts area, all around the world, who has this little issue with these people, man. When you go to the parks, kick up the dirt, swipe your feet around, see what's up, man. It's like now you gotta, if you take your kids to the park, you gotta put fucking Timbs and steel toe boots and shit on them now, so to protect their feet and legs, and it's just a fucked up thing. But I just wanted to put that out there because it bothered me, and I had to talk about it. I wouldn't feel right if I didn't mention it. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue on. We'll save that best for last. I was going through my phone and I read this article and it kind of gave me a headache. And then I was reading, see, I'm still banned on Facebook, so I was reading some people's comments, and a lot of people felt like I did, especially the men. I didn't see one guy that agreed with it. I call it the bitter bitch syndrome. Right? You got to be a real bitter bitch to even think of what this broad is thinking of doing. But rumor is, I didn't say it's a fact. I didn't say it happened. I'm just saying the rumor right now is that Ciara, as we all know, who has a baby for Future, wants to change her son's Future. His name is Future. Want to change his name to Russell, whatever the fuck that football player for the Seagulls is. And that's fucked up. Russell Wilson Jr. That's fucked up. To even think that, because yeah, Future, it's because I see a lot of chicks saying he's a deadbeat dad and he doesn't do this. I've seen him with the baby before on social media. He might not have him as much as you want him, and that's a lot of women. They have this thing where when they feel, oh, get your child, you should have him this day, you should do this and you should do that, and when you don't do things the way they want you to do it, it's a fucking problem. They don't care about your life. They don't care about what you have going on. But when they want particular things at the time that they want it, if it's not done at that time or in the way how they would like it, it's a problem. I'm not saying that's what it is here. This is just my Raaaaasole opinion. So, she seems to be happy with dude. Her dude and child have your family. But you cannot deny the fact that that's Future's child, man. Like, why would you even think that? Or why would you publicly say that? Because honestly, you're not disgracing Future, in my opinion. You're just making yourself look like a bitter bitch, nigga. Like, if you have this dude that's taking care of you and making you happy and all that, go on with your life, girl. You still upset? What the fuck are you mad about that? That's even a thought. I don't know if this is brought on by Russell, but if this is brought on by Russell, you a fucked up dude. Honestly, you should be telling her, nah, that ain't right, bro. That ain't right, sis. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's that man's father. Yes, I love that child, and I will take care of that child like he's mine. But don't do that shit. Like, real nigga would say that. A real dude, a real man would say that. Cause now, what if Russell has a child? You want to name him Russell Wilson Jr.? What let his loin be his real junior. Don't put that on the next man's child. Like, that's some sucker shit, yo. And for any woman who agrees with that, you a sucker too, y'all. Like, just my Raaaaasole opinion that you don't do shit like that, man. That is some faulty, salty, sucker, bitter bitch shit. And I hope it don't happen. Let's carry on, you know what I'm saying? Let's get into the nuts and bolts of why I'm doing this. Jussie Smollett, or Jussie, whatever the fuck. Jussie. Check this out. They dropped all 16 charges, the state of Chicago. Not the police department who initially put up the charges, whatever. And what do I think about it? Again, this isn't facts. This is just my Raaaaasole opinion. He paid somebody to fuck off. Somebody on the Justice Department, somebody working for the state of Chicago got paid lovely. Because the evidence, the contradictions, everything of that case said the fucker did it. The fucker made up that whole shit. He lied. He got caught in his lie. But when the door was closed and other people happened to be spoken to, the private conversations, man. Y'all know what it's like when the private conversations there and envelopes are slid under the table, and don't get it fucked up, man. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm saying this as reality. Dude is gay. Them gay people are fucking powerful, B. Do not underestimate the power of the gays. That's just being dead real, though. Like, see, I can't say dead ass real when you're talking gay. No. That's just being dead real when I say do not underestimate the powers of the gays. They got money. They pull favors for each other. They hold people fucking when they got the dirt on you, they got the dirt on you. So I'm not saying I'm just thinking with a broader mind because 100% I think that dude's guilty. 100% I think he told those why those African dudes are now saying that it was the check that Jussie Smollett cut to him was solely for physical training and all that shit. So why did you buy the mask? And how would these same masks and same apparel that you bought was used? And come the fuck on, man. Why does America allow shit like this to happen? Because now I heard I'm not gonna say his name. I heard one individual say that the city of Chicago should cut Jussie a fucking check for the embarrassment. What? If you don't know, he forfeited his bail. He still can be charged later on. I mean, if they really want to get him, they can get him. But right now, the state's saying they don't have enough evidence. Huh? Nah, man. Nah, dog. That shit ain't right. That shit is not kosher, B. How do you let something like that? That's like saying R. Kelly. That's like saying R. Kelly didn't fuck around with none of them little kids. That's how I'm taking that shit. Like, how can you look at something black and white, black and white, black and white, and then when you pass that information on to someone else to investigate it, those people say, nah, it's baby blue. That's an insult of our intelligence. That's people who are watching this shit and people who are seeing this. It's like, for real, bro? For real? The power of money. The power of the dollar. Once them doors is closed, then you got some people who you could butter up and grease them palm like the Bajans say. And that's just my Raaaaasole opinion. Somebody get paid. Somebody powerful get paid. And put him in a position where 16 charges, 16, all 16 charges gone. Just so. This is America. Now, I try to keep an open mind. I do look at positives and negatives and positive. The positive to me in this is, yeah, I don't really like to see a black man go to jail. Already got a lot of us in there. I don't think he deserved to go to jail, but to pay the cost for lying. Give him a big fine. Fuck with his life like you would do with anybody else. There ain't no race thing with that. It's just like that was unnecessary Raaaaasole lying. And for the information to be passed from the city police into the state and the Justice Department, and for them just to say everything these men did was null and void. Chicago's a fucked up place, B. Chicago, I don't ever want to fucking live there. All those unsolved murders, hundreds of people getting shot in a month, and none of the cases solved. Cameras in every single fucking corner. I told y'all when the shit first happened when I went to Chicago, there's a camera everywhere. So said, so done. They got these dudes walking. They got these dudes in the store buying this shit. All this shit. Even the story alone, as I said, when they were like, he had bleach on him. You have bleach pour upon you. You go take a mug shot and you ain't got no bleach stains. I can't talk about the smell because I wasn't there. But if you get doused with bleach, then people in the police report, it would have been there. You might come in here smelling strong of bleach. But you would have seen brown spots, especially after the fact it would have dried up a little. You saw no evidence of this shit. You see how big them monkey sense? Knows? You's a fucking liar. That you's a Raaaaasole liar. I'm not going to dig into too much. I just had to speak about it a little bit. What are your thoughts on this right here? Drop a comment down there. Make sure you subscribe to the page, people. Just my Raaaaasole opinion. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I should be back on Facebook tomorrow, but I'm liking this whole YouTube thing. I might really be on a fuck Facebook status, man. Because, I just like doing that. Plus, this outlet is to more of my tap masters. All right, my mother named me Larry Jordan. Give your thoughts, give your opinions. Let me know what you think. Because Jussie Smollett, to me, is guilty as Raaaaasole charged. All right? Till we meet again, my mother named me Larry Jordan. It's just my Raaaaasole opinion.